to October to a raffle for our cooking class. And you'll get a prize there. We'll see what you get. It should be something healthy, I think. Okay. So this is sponsored by your very own Chula Vista Health Ministry. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Earl Kapule.
How's everyone doing this afternoon? Good. You guys come to learn?
Yeah.
All right, so the first recipe is corn chowder. I just want to say something about the ingredients. I didn't put it in. The first ingredient is olive oil. And for me at home, most of the time when I saute vegetables and other things, I use water. So instead of oil, I put a little bit of water just to cover the surface of the pan, and then I throw my vegetables in. And so that's how we're going to start. We have all the vegetables here. Can you guys all see up here? All right. So we have the onions, celery, red bell peppers, carrots, parsley, potatoes, and corn. And they're all half a cup. We just put a little bit of water into the pan. Just cover the bottom of the pan. Medium high. And you're just going to let it heat up a little bit. And so we're going to saute all the vegetables, bring it until the onions become translucent. And if you see at number 2, we're going to blend cashews and water together. That's what we're going to use to thicken the soup. And we see at the end it says you can also use potatoes. You boil the potato and blend it with water. 1 potato, 1 cup of water. So that's another way you can thicken the soup. And also cornstarch. It's pretty simple. You chop up all your vegetables. Just put it into the wok, pan, whatever you want. You just let it heat up for a little bit. You can also get a cover and cover it for a little while and start to steam, and all the vegetables will become soft very quickly. So that will speed up the process. You could also soak the potatoes in water for a little while, and that will quicken the process instead of boiling it for a long time.
Now up close, right near your, right under your chin.
Okay. You guys hear me?
Really high.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
No?
Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right. All right. So while this is heating up, just gonna wait a little while for that to go. What I did, you have a pot ready, and this chicken, it's not real chicken, but it's a vegan chicken broth, and it's made by McKay's. It's a very good brand, and all it is 1 teaspoon per cup. And you can make some chicken broth with this. You just want to boil the water, and as soon as it boils, you put a teaspoon in for each cup. This is 6 cups, like the recipe calls for. So this is your chicken broth right here. You could also use vegetable broth from Sprouts or Whole Foods. Cover, hand cover.
Excuse me, question while you do that.
Yes.
When you put them in a case, and how many teaspoons are going into 6 cups of water?
6 teaspoons.
6 teaspoons?
Yes.
And 6 cups of water?
6 cups and 6 teaspoons. Yes. All right, so I'm going to let that simmer for now. And we're going to go over here and do the cashew mix. You could also make cheese with cashew, and I think Jackie's going to be showing you that with the Alfredo. So 1 cup of cashews and 1 cup of water. Excuse me. And just blend it. Until it's creamy. Make sure there's no cashew chunks in there. Alright. That's ready. And I learned recently that red and yellow makes people hungry. You think about all the fast food places, what color are their signs? McDonald's, In-N-Out, Carl's Jr. And so these companies pay millions of dollars to find out what colors are people going to look at and make them hungry. So when you make your meals, try to have red and yellow in your food. Make when you have guests over at your house, just have red and yellow. And also you want to watch if the water starts to dry out, it starts to get dry, you can add a little water, but it should be fine. Underneath the third step, I have some benefits for these vegetables that are in the corn chowder, such as the corn has all kinds of vitamins in it, folic acid, niacin, and vitamin C. Celery has good antioxidants, protects against inflammation, and the parsley, good for the urinary tract, kidney stones, constipation, jaundice, intestinal gas. Pretty much every vegetable has all these same things, the antioxidants, the phytochemicals. And so we don't have to look to certain foods for specific things all the time. As long as you're having plant-based foods in your diet, it's going to help you do all these things. You're going to get all the nutrients you need and all the vitamins you need. I've been eating like this about 2 years now, 2.5 years. Within the first 3 months, I changed my diet. I lost about almost 30 pounds. And like Jackie said, it clears our minds. And I started to notice that things that used to make me angry or frustrated no longer made me feel that way. And I could think through the problem and deal with problems a lot easier. So now the onions are becoming translucent. You put the chicken broth in the pot. Put the vegetables in. And you're going to add the corn and the potatoes. This is a simple recipe. Very quick. cup of the parsley. You're going to mix it up a little, and you're going to bring it to a boil, and then simmer for about 30 minutes. Then after you simmer for 30 minutes, you're going to add the cashew mix. And if it's still not thick enough, then you can add either cornstarch or the blended potatoes with water, and that'll thicken it up. And as the instruction says, stir it slowly, and slowly add the potatoes or cornstarch or whatever it is you're adding. You add it slowly and you stir it. And the bay leaf. Calls for one, but these ones are a little small. Are there any questions so far? Cover it, and it'll come to a boil a lot quicker. Just keep an eye on it, and as soon as it starts to boil, you turn it on low so it can simmer for the next 30 minutes. And that's pretty much it for the first recipe. At the end, you're going to top it off with the parsley, and it's ready to serve. We're going to go to our next recipe, and we're going to keep on eye on this. The soup is going to be coming out right now, so you guys can try it. After every recipe, you guys will get to try it right after it's done.
That took no more than 20 minutes, pretty fast.
Mike.
That's why I call Earl InstaChef, because he makes things instantly, and he also likes to post it on Instagram. So that was pretty fast, and we hope you like it. Right now we have our lovely volunteers, Christina and Crystal. They'll be giving you samples right now. Any right now, 50?
For the samples,
For the samples, 50. For the samples. For the recipe,
I'd say about 6 to 8 people. Depending what size. Big people, little people. Depends.
Mike over here.
For time's sake, I did it with cornstarch. Put 2 tablespoons.
Testing.
Okay, if you guys have any questions, Brad over here has a mic, and then he'll come over, just raise your hand and he'll come over to you for the question so that everybody can hear it. Chicken broth? You get it at a bookstore, and he actually works at the bookstore.
Actually, I was there today to get it at the Christian Cook and Nutrition Center in National City. We sell all the McKays and all the other things. Yeah. It's out there. I can give that to
Have one of these. It's called a vitamin. Wow, good. A couple of you guys do. I
that you can make in your kitchen. I'm not trying to sell it, but this thing can make anything from fruit juices, veggie juices, even tortilla soups, and blend your dressings for salads and make your cheese, everything. And this does it. It's very powerful. And just last week I was at Costco and they're doing a road show, and they're selling this for $200 less. It's $499.99 over there if you're looking for one right now. Otherwise, you can go to Bed Bath & Beyond and they have it there too. Anyway, I just want to promote. Yes? $379? I was just there and it was $499. Maybe that's the older one. Okay, the newer one is $44. This is $379. Okay. They have a 7-year warranty. It's awesome. It's great. And this has been over 7 years old. I don't know, almost 20. And yes.
Okay. If you buy it at Costco,
Yes.
it's warranty for
By Costco too. Right. So you have the manufacturer's warranty and then Costco itself. So while they're having the road show, you might want to go to Costco right now. Yes.
Also, too, if you happen to mess it up, like I ruined my first one, I dropped on that little cap you got here.
This way.
Inside, it chews it up.
It's so strong.
But it did ruin the motor after a while, but they replaced it, the whole thing.
Absolutely. If you're within your 7-year warranty, there's a number on the back here. They'll replace everything. Yeah. So great investment if you don't have one yet. It's called a Vitamix. The beauty about it too is this device right here. This will help push the contents down without touching the blades. So you guys know that who have it. Okay, so right now, yes.
Also, too, they have a different container that if you're into making your own flours or stuff like that, you grind your flours. Peanut butter, oh gosh,
Yep.
it makes the best peanut butter.
Makes peanut butter.
Yep.
You can make your own almond milk.
Yep.
Everything.
Ice
And
cream.
ice cream, especially. And if you're really looking to get healthier, lose some weight, maintain your health, this is essential. This is essential. And I see the people who have it nodding their heads. They agree 100%. I have not spoken to one person who says anything bad about the vitamins. So invest in one. It's worth it. So right now we'll go ahead and make the strawberry spinach salad. I've displayed the ingredients here for you just in case you're unfamiliar with some of them. You can always come up at the end of the class to take a look at the ingredients.
So,
Hello? Okay, there we go. All right. This is what I'll be using to make the dressing. For the salad, you will be needing spinach, strawberries, and a 4th cup of slivered almonds. You can get this practically anywhere. I happen to get this at Costco. So for the salad, you want to tear the young spinach into bite-sized pieces. You want to remove the long stems and tear the spinach. And then slice the strawberries, dump them in the spinach, and then you can also toast your almonds or not. For the dressing, which I'm going to make right now, we have a 4th cup of dry sweetener of any choice. Now, there are alternative sweeteners that have much less sugars. And especially for diabetics who are concerned about increasing their sugar levels or their glucose levels, some substitutes for sugar are something called stevia. This comes from the stevia leaf. It's a plant. And this has less than 0.5 grams of sugar. Not even a gram. And if you feel this bag, it's super light. It's like a feather. Unlike the granulated white sugar that is refined and not as healthy for you, it's very heavy. But this, yes. The best place to get this and the cheapest That's right, she got it, Walmart. I looked around everywhere for this thing, and it's the cheapest at Walmart. It is at your health food stores, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, but they're smaller there and they're more expensive. This bag right here, take a guess at how much this costs. $6. I purchased this at the Grossmont La Mesa Walmart, but it should be at any Walmart. Yes. Oh, I'm not going to put it on it. This is 9 ounces, that's the dry weight. Right. It's called stevia, Stevia. Yes. Stevia in the raw. Have you seen the brand called In the Raw? Sugar? That's another substitute. There's also an even more substitute for sugar called Truvia. And that has also less than a gram of sugar. It has a stevia extract, but it also includes other things to preserve it, like maltodextrin. But it's not pure stevia. They mix stevia with other things for Truvia.
So with stevia, this one, stevia and raw would be a better choice.
Would be what?
Better choice.
Oh, either or. Yes.
Does that leave an aftertaste? You know how some extra sweeteners leave that aftertaste?
Actually, this does not. Okay, so we'll have a 1/4 of a cup of that. And it doesn't matter what order you put this in, you could mix it all. And then we have a 1/4 cup of extra virgin oil. Virgin olive oil, excuse me. And how many of you have heard that olive oil is a healthier oil to cook with? Okay, very good. Well, the majority of you already know that. And then we have a 1/4 cup of raspberry vinegar. Now, some of you might be thinking, vinegar, I heard that was bad for you. Well, this vinegar is actually apple cider vinegar, which is a much healthier substitute than the vinegar itself. So it's apple cider vinegar. And this, I was able to purchase this at Trader Joe's. It's also low fat, very low in calories. And it's delicious even on its own, if you were just to purchase this. But I'm going to mix it with the dressing here, and that's 1/4 of a cup right there.
Kathy,
Yes.
you said use raspberry vinegar, but you just said you just purchased apple cider, so which one is?
Oh, it's a raspberry vinegar, and the vinegar they used in the dressing is apple cider vinegar. And then we have a teaspoon of, I never pronounce this word very well, Worcestershire sauce? Correct? Worcestershire sauce. There we go. Okay, now,
Most Worcestershire sauce comes with anchovies, right? But this one does not. So that's why it's known as a vegan Worcestershire sauce.
which brand is that, Jackie?
The brand is called Wanjanshan. So we're definitely Asian. Yeah. And it's called organic Worcestershire sauce, gluten-free, vegan, USDA organic. I bought this at Sprouts, and that's the only place I found it, actually.
Hello? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Brad.
Yes. 99 cents? Yes. 99 ranch. There's a difference. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. He says that in Claremont at the 99 ranch store, you can also find this vegan Worcestershire sauce.
That's all right.
Okay, so I put that in there. And then we have a teaspoon of minced red onion, which I cried over to the side this morning. And then a 1/4 of a teaspoon paprika. I love paprika. You can put this stuff in
and everything and tastes good. How many of you like spicy foods? Oh, the majority again. Okay, well, I didn't put too much. We're going to blend this together, but before I do, I just wanted to talk to you about strawberries. Do you know any other fruit where the seeds are on the outside? No. Raspberries? Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, yeah. Strawberries. Well, I was asked that question, and then I said, oh, I didn't realize that strawberries, the seed was on the outside. Hello? Oh, okay. I thought she knew of another fruit. Okay, so most berries, the seeds are on the outside. And for strawberries, they are very good in vitamin C. Very good for vitamin C. And as any fruits or vegetables, they have tons of fiber and antioxidants. And for the spinach, we know why they chose spinach for Popeye to eat. It makes you strong. It actually is very good for your bones. And the number one nutrient in spinach is iron. It's not listed here, but iron. So if you're iron deficient, spinach is the way to go. Okay, so I'm going to blend this and show you how it turns out. This is already prepared for you guys in the bag. This has many power levels, so the reason it looks so brown is because of that Worcestershire sauce. To make it pink and give it a frothy pink color, you could dump some strawberries in it, and that won't change the flavor except maybe make it a little sweeter. Okay. See how that changed the color? All right. And that is your dressing, folks. This is how it looks. Nice and pink. Smells good too. All right, so we're going to serve the samples of the salad now with the dressing. Looks like this. You'll get your almonds too. So we're ready for the salad. They all disappeared. Yes.
How long does that last? And the strawberries will probably start to not, turn color.
Actually, I've made this in the past, and I've had it in the fridge for over a week. Yeah. You can make tons of this, have it already ready. Let's say you're having guests for the weekend. Have it ready a week before even. Just keep it in the fridge. It tastes the same, doesn't spoil, the taste doesn't change. Even with the strawberries.
Also, have you tried it with rags instead of the Worcestershire at all?
No, I have not. Yeah, maybe. No, you can always try to substitute the Worcestershire with maybe something called Bragg's soy sauce. It's a low sodium version. How do you like that? Very delicious? Okay. The thing that I really liked about it is that it's light. It tastes very light. Versus your Italian dressing, your ranch dressing, chipotle sauce, all of that. It's not only full of a lot of cream, but a lot of oil. So this one is a nice version, nice substitute for those dressings. Yes, Aloha.
I love it.
You love it. Oh, great.
Really
Okay.
good.
That's good to hear. We want to hear you love it. Thank you. Did you hear that, Earl? Okay. While you guys are enjoying that, I'm just gonna readjust here and get to the next recipe, which is your creamy fettuccine alfredo. Now, the reason why I'm making this recipe is because before I learned the side effects of dairy, I really love my cheese. And I love all kinds of cheese. I could name all the cheeses. I ate it with all my crackers. I loved putting it and dressing it on all my meals. I just love cheese. But I learned that cheese actually has the most fats, and that is actually what is killing our Americans today. We have tons of foods, burgers with cheese and pastas with cheese and everything with cheese. Everybody has to dump some cheese on it. So I've tried to look for a healthier substitute, and I love fettuccine alfredo. Every time I go to the Italian restaurant, that's what I order. So I said, hey, how do we make this healthy? Because I know by the time I leave here, I'm going to be stuffed, and I'm not going to be as healthier, cheese, cottage cheese especially, and your custard pies. Ooh, those clog your arteries the most. So we are going to make a healthier version of this cheese. And to do that, as Earl demonstrated earlier, we are going to use cashews. Now, you're going to think, wow, that sure looks like cheese. But cashew has a very distinct taste. And you will get to taste that right after I make this. What you need is a box of fettuccine noodles. I'll display this back out at the end so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Using the Vitamix, you can see how versatile this is. I just heard someone say Del Mar Fair. You can get that there. Get this there too. Okay. So, box of fettuccine, about this size, right here. This I got at Fresh and Easy for 98 cents, and they're always 98 cents at Fresh and Easy. You cannot get fettuccine without egg used in it at Sprouts and Trader Joe's. Their fettuccine has egg in their noodles. So, the only fettuccine I found that has no egg in it is Fresh and Easy for 98 cents. So you need a box of those, half cup of raw cashews. For those who are unfamiliar with cashews, this is how they look. You can see it up there. And as the benefits say there at the bottom, cashews have a lower fat content. Yes, David?
Hang on.
Question in the back?
Yeah, if the person is allergic to cashews, could they use something else?
If you are allergic to cashews, can you use something else for this?
Substitute for cashews.
I haven't played with anything other than cashews. People have made cheese with almond cheese. That's a substitute I know, but I don't know that it will taste the same.
Okay. No, just,
All right. That's good to know because some people have food allergies. So cashews have something called oleic acid, which is the same acid that olive oil has. This is an unsaturated fatty acid, so it's one of the good oils. And this promotes good cardiovascular health. So I always tell people, if you want to be heart healthy, go nuts. So usually nuts, all nuts are good for your heart. A variety of nuts a day, every day for a week, will help to decrease your risk of heart disease. Do you know by how much percent? I think we learned that last night for those who attended it. By 50%.
Wow.
By 50%. Did you know that 40% of heart attacks their symptoms don't show until it's fatal? People have heart disease and don't realize it until that heart attack. So, yes. Is there a question?
By nuts, you mean the raw nuts, not the candy kind of nuts, correct?
Correct. Yeah. But as long as it's a variety of nuts. Okay. All right, so cashews, dumping it in. Then we'll put the water, 2 cups of water. And then we have your chicken style soup base. You probably seen chicken broth, that's very popular, but have any of you used vegetable broth? Okay. To replace your chicken broth, the healthier version, it's vegetable broth. And it tastes just fine. It tastes good as a chicken broth. Okay? Yes. No chicken broth. Yes, I've seen that too. There's a no chicken broth, which is practically the same as a veggie broth.
Where can you find that?
This one, I also got it Fresh and Easy, but this one, Walmart, Sprouts, Trader Joe's, everyone has vegetable broth. It's very popular on the shelves. Yes, Odette?
Can we use the powder one earlier?
Yes, you can definitely use in the case. That is the dry version. Yes. But I'm using the wet version today, and I already have it ready. Okay. And then we have a teaspoon of onion powder. And we also have a teaspoon of salt. Now, does anybody know a great substitute for salt? Sea salt? Okay, there's a kosher salt, yeah. Less prepared. That's true. Go ahead.
There's a
Good.
mushroom spice thing that you buy in a bag way over there in Claremont that Cindy told me about.
Mushroom seasoning. Mushroom seasoning. Okay. I haven't heard of that, but I should go and try it out.
Yeah, it's good in like in soups and
Okay.
salt.
Is it Asian too? Okay. Okay. Mushroom seasoning. Okay, no, I'll try it. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yes.
So some of those ingredients that we're using, you gotta make sure that it's organic because some of the stuff that you buy has that GMO in it.
Right. Some things do have GMOs. Yes, genetically modified organisms. So you'll usually see on the label itself non-GMO.
Or organic.
Non-GMO. Non-GMO does not mean organic. Organic and GMO are two separate things. Organic means that they do not use pesticides or herbicides on the plants. GMO is that it's not been modified genetically. Okay? So you'll see organic, you'll see non-GMO, separate labels. So the salt substitute, you guys are going to kick yourselves after you know brewer's yeast. Okay, nutritional yeast flakes. Okay? Okay, so that's the substitute I'm using today. This is high in folic acid, also iron, and the B vitamins, B2, B12. Very good for you. Adds that kick of flavor like salt. It doesn't even have a gram of salt. Can you believe that? It's called brewer's yeast, but known as also nutritional yeast flakes. You get a good sized bag of this for about $7 at Sprouts. And they go by the pound at Sprouts, so you can get a smaller bag for $5, 6, 8. Yes. Oh, for diabetics, this has no sugar content, so and no salt content. So I would recommend it for diabetics. Okay. Yes. Yes. I would say that this is an even substitute. I've been using this for years. Yes, and this is great. You know how some people like to season their salads with salt, maybe even their pasta? Just do it with this. You're good to go. It's so healthy for you. It tastes like it's salt, but it's not salty. I just used 1-to-1, yeah, brewer's yeast. I just put the same amount of this in here. All right, you can't miss it. It's that yellow powdery thing in the bag. Any questions about this still? Okay, you can always ask them later. If something comes to your mind later, let me know. Okay, and then we have, let's see here, a teaspoon of onion powder and salt. So I'll put that both in here now. Okay, and then you see there in the ingredients a teaspoon of dried basil. That's for later, after you boil the cashew cheese. And then a 4th cup of soy parmesan, also for later. And I'll demonstrate that to you after I blend this. Here we go again. You can see this doesn't take long. All right, so once that's done, you want to prepare a pot, and this is how the cashew cheese turns out. It looks just like this. Kind of like milk. Pretty milky. For some people, it's an acquired taste. For others, it tastes just like cheese. So we have different taste buds. Yes?
It's really good for a biscuit and gravy.
For what?
Biscuits and gravy.
Absolutely. Yes.
You add, what is it, that vegetarian fake meat stuff?
Yes.
Like,
Total. Yeah, the veg protein. Yeah, gluten.
Just like
Yeah.
biscuit and gravy stuff.
Definitely.
Real good.
Yeah. So what you want to do here is now bring it to a slow boil, and then you want to keep stirring it. And then that's when you add the soy parmesan. Now, the only place I found soy parmesan, and this one actually has the dairy-free, casein-free, lactose-free, cholesterol-free, non-GMO, all those labels. But I found this at Sprouts. Okay, it was in the refrigeration section. Whole Foods, okay. Okay, so Ocean Beach, People's Market. I've never been there. Voltaire. Oh, awesome, thank you. Okay, People's Market, you can also get that, and Whole Foods as well. Okay? If you want a thicker consistency and less wet, but a thicker consistency, You can also use mozzarella style shreds, and it's made out of soy. It's just cornstarch and rice and starch. That's it. And this is not cheese, it's soy cheese, yes. This brand is Trader Joe's. But you can get this also at Sprouts as well. Yes, there's a diet cheese as well. Diet is made out of cashew. Yeah. There are many cheese substitutes, yes. This is called Trader Joe's Vegan Mozzarella Style Shreds. And actually, this is what I'm going to put in here, and it's what you're going to have to taste for your sample.
Oh, yummy.
How many of you, is this your first time trying out cheese made out of cashew, soy cheese, not the real deal, but cheese yet? Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 10 of you. Okay, you guys, I want to know what you think of it. Okay? So after you taste it, I really want to know what you guys think of it. Okay. So then we have we have also a teaspoon of dried basil that you want to put in here. I don't have the fresh basil on me, but fresh basil is nice to top it off at the end. And then you have your dash of cayenne pepper. All right, so those samples should be out to you right now. Samples. Much larger because those were only 98 cents.
Randy.
Think you need a little more salt on it? Okay, everybody's nodding. Okay, a little bland. Okay, well, let's try. I'll have Crystal come around and put some of that nutritional yeast flake on it. You guys tell me if that made a difference, all right? So take a spoon and then put some.
Right, yeah.
Otherwise, what else can you say about it? Any more feedback? Okay, so Crystal is coming around for those who wanted to be a little more flavorful. She's going to give you some nutritional yeast flakes, a salt substitute. And you guys can try that, see how that works out. There may have been a little too much water in that one. Maybe that's why it's also diluted. So sometimes, you make things once, twice, a couple times, and it changes each time, right? Sometimes it's a little different. So if you need to thicken it up or make it saltier, you can definitely add more of the brewer yeast into the blend. Yeah. You can add as much of that stuff as you want. It's not going to hurt you. I just have a really sensitive palate for salt. So I can taste even the littlest amount of salt. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. According to your taste, please do add salt. But the key is, start off with a little bit of salt because you don't want to add too much because by that time it's too late to change it. Yes. I actually think, personally for me, like I said, and I think we're learning that our taste buds are different. I thought that 1-to-1, it's a 1-to-1 ratio of the actual salt and yeast flakes. But you might not think so. You might think, oh, I need 4 times of this yeast flakes to even taste like a teaspoon of salt. So for me, that's what it tastes like. For you guys, totally different. Yeah. Right. For those especially who have hypertension or high blood pressure, brewer cheese or nutritional yeast flakes definitely the way to go, because your salt intake increases your blood pressure. But you do need salt in your life. If you didn't have salt in your body, you would not be here. So salt is an essential thing. No, of course you don't overdo anything, even if it's good for you. Sugar, salt, any seasoning. All right, so if there are any more questions, I'll take them at this time. Otherwise, I'll have Earl. Yes. I'm sorry. The vegetable broth, I placed a tablespoon. Yes. If you want it spicier, go ahead and add more cayenne pepper.
In another room.
It's nice when you serve it warm. Was yours warm? No, okay. Okay. It was on low heat in the back, so probably got cold. Okay, great. Okay, when it's all done boiling and mixed with the, here I put a little more cayenne. It looks just like this. Can you see that? You can also store this in the fridge for a while. And I kept mine for 2 weeks and just put it over pasta whenever I wanted it. Okay. All right. Let's see if those lemon bars are ready. You guys ready for dessert? Everybody looks forward to dessert. Okay. I'll repeat your question at the end of the class, and I'll answer it then. Is that all right? We'll go to the next demo, and then I'll get back to your question.
Get a sample. Okay, good. You too? Okay, perfect. We want to make sure our helpers are getting samples too. All right.
And so that's how the corn chowder looks like when it's done. Alright, so the next recipe is lemon bars. How many of you like desserts? Let's check.
Depends on the desserts.
Yeah. Someone once told me you need to dessert the desserts. And I told them, well, not if you're making it healthy. So we're going to teach you how to do that. Another simple, easy recipe, very quick to make. The base, the crust, only consists of dates, oats, and coconut shreds. That's it. You throw it in the blender, blend it, and it becomes a little sticky, and then you press it into the pan, to the bottom of the pan. Exactly. So this recipe makes this much, about 8 by 8 pan. So you just put the oats in. Dates. I cut the dates up because of this blender. It has a hard time. And so depending on what kind of blender you have, when you have a food processor, you can just leave it whole. Then you just press it down into the pan. You want to refrigerate it for a little while so it can stick to the pan. And if you find that it's not that sticky, then you add a little more dates. The dates will keep it together. There's a lot of different ways you can make crusts. Another one of my favorites is granola and Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts has an oil in it and it helps it to stick together. But Brazil nuts is really good for you. So you put that in the crust, whether it be pies or lemon bars. If you notice, I'm not using any sugar in my recipe. It does call for maple syrup, which is high in sugar. So if you want to, right next to that, either agave, honey, or some of those substitutes that Jackie told you guys about. You put a little agave and some of that sweetener. What I used today was half of agave and half of honey, so about an eighth of both. Yes.
I heard the opposite. That agave is not really what you need. That it's much better to get maple syrup. So you do research on that, see what you mean?
Then maple syrup.
Yeah. I heard that maple syrup is much better than agave indeed. I have a paper that somebody sent me, and I can give it to you. I'll tell you one difference between those two. Between agave syrup and maple syrup, agave syrup has a lower glycemic index. So it's has less carbohydrates and less sugar. Yeah, but then it's really fatty, and I know it says like some people say the soy milk is bad and almond milk comes better because some of these things come to and also it's just everything on how you
Excuse me. Maybe the microphone. Use the microphone. The question is, what is the difference between the agave and the maple syrup? That's the question. So I guess we can't do that.
The glycemic index of the agave is a little lower than maple, if that's what you're looking at. Honey is the most nutritious, but glucose index is a little higher. So it all depends on what you're looking for when you're picking a sweetener. Whether you're looking for the texture, the flavor, or the glycemic index.
She was saying maple syrup would be better than agave.
As far as the glycemic index,
Yes. She was saying that first that she read about maple syrup was better than
well, you can, I guess, look in the back and just compare the glycemic. Depends also which ones you're getting. I guess if you get a raw maple syrup, it may be lower. Same with honey and agave. Raw is always best. And I have this pure extra virgin coconut oil cold press. I melted it into a third cup.
Be on the internet.
And so I'm just going to put all these coconut oil into the blender, lemon juice, one or two bananas. I'm going to put 2 bananas. I'm not too sure how much you use the juice already made. I use 2.5 fresh lemons. For the first time when I made it, 3 lemons, it was a little tardy. You like that? And 3 lemons would be fine, but you can play around with it, put a little less lemon. Just depends on the size of lemon you have. And here's the coconut sherry, it's unsweetened and organic. You can get that in straws as well.
Question. Earl? Question.
When you put the crust in the refrigerator, how long does it go in the refrigerator?
Just put it in the freezer for about 5-10 minutes. While you're getting the filling ready, it should be done by the time. Just put it in the freezer for a little bit, bring it out, and it's done. Have that. It also says you can use dates instead of the maple syrup. It'll just change the color. One of the best sugars to use also is date sugar. Have a date sugar, and that is also good for sweetness. I'm just going to put half honey and half of almond. Put it in the refrigerator overnight, or put it in the freezer for about half an hour. Three-quarter cups of coconut shreds. The sandwich should be coming out right about now. And you top it off with coconut shreds before you put it into the refrigerator. Instead of powdered sugar, you use coconut shreds. And there you have a healthy dessert. have a little bit of some like raisins that can also help you keep going. So grapes, raisins, and dates. For this one, you would substitute the maple syrup, use dates. It's rated as maple syrup. Oh, you need for the base. You probably could do that again. It's the same. I think even if you did the oats and Brazilian nuts, that for the base. Yeah, instead of some
Question in the back?
No, wonderful taste.
Feedback. 2 thumbs up. 4 thumbs up. Great. It was so simple, wasn't it? Yeah. So simple to make, huh? Right, and fresh. Good. Very refreshing. Keep it fresh. Jump.
alternatives as far as maple syrup, I use half agave and half honey. You can just use one over two. So the goal here pretty much is, teach you guys cooking recipes. Mostly everybody knows what the they know vegetables and fruits are good for us. A lot of times they don't know how to prepare these dishes. And one of my friends, when he first found out as a vegetarian, he said, "So what do you eat?" He thinks I just eat salad. We make a lot of different things, like 5 main food groups, which is vegetables, fruits, nuts, grains, and legumes. And so, you guys keep going through the class and you learn a lot of different recipes. You'll be surprised.
If you guys noticed, there was not a trace of, what do you think? There was not a trace of your
Butter.
right? No animal, no cholesterol. So no cholesterol. So to go back to your question you asked earlier about coconut oil. It's very controversial. Everything that I've read about coconut oil is good and bad. It just seems to be that way. And unfortunately, there hasn't been a long-term longitudinal, which means a future study on coconut oil. Maybe if you know a researcher or somebody, you can recommend that they study this for a long period of time. We have case studies that show, for example, a study of, I think about 100 women, which is a very small sample size of women. And they each took in 2 tablespoons daily of coconut oil. And supposedly, well, I say supposedly because this is when I'm applying it to the general public, it decreased their waist size by 2 inches. Their waist size. Their abdominal fat. So, people say that the good factors or the good effects of coconut oil are a decrease in abdominal waist size or fat or your birth size. And they say also that's due to something called lauric acid in the coconut oil, which increases the good fat, which is your HDL, high density lipoprotein. And with coconut oil is because, look at this thing. I don't know if you see it, but it's solid at room temperature. Has a ton of saturated fat. But it has good properties in it. So it's hard to say, yes.
One reason they think they're trying to reduce the fat better than using alcohol or the other kind. It has a high cooking, what am I trying to say? The temperature is better for the frying than olive oil. It can taste higher without the concentrating in it.
One thing we didn't learn about cooking.
What are they saying the bad part is? That it's just a saturated fat?
Is that what you heard? There's so many things out there. So, first of all, as an informed person, always make sure to check the source. So, whatever you hear, I like to never believe anything first face value. I want to go check it myself. Now with the internet, there's so much you can Google, so much you can check up on your own, and you make that decision for yourself. But for now, I see the balance, and I don't think there's a harm in using it personally, but you can go ahead and do more research. I'm unfortunately not very proficient about coconut oil.
I know I use coconut oil for like numerous of things, not just cooking. I also use it for my hair.
Your hair?
Yeah, and also for my skin. So, and it has multi-purposes, so you don't have to just cook it.
You don't only have to cook it. Great, thank you. And you look like you have beautiful hair and beautiful skin. So, hear that? You can use it for other things as well. And, hey, it's natural. Use it for a tan. You know what? They have a tan called Maui Baby, and they put coconut in that. Yes.
You can also use it for soap.
For soap?
You make soap out of it. I make soap.
So, if you can definitely use this for cooking, cosmetically. Yeah.
One thing we did learn is that when you fry with coconut oil and you're frying animal products, it can create a carcinogen, which can lead to cancer. But they recommend not frying animal products with coconut oil because of the reaction that happens when the two combine.
Diabetics and heart patients, the doctors usually recommend that total fats in the diet be kept to a minimum. Because Dr. Hans Steele, among others, has said that fat in the diet is what causes diabetes. After a person gets diabetes, now sugar is a problem. Sugar doesn't cause diabetes, the fats do. So a reduction of total fats from every source in the diet is a good goal.
That would be optimal. Like I said in the beginning, they called for olive oil for the recipe, I use water. So you want to try to limit the use of it or not use it at all. So that would be optimal.
There's also avocado oil that's right now on the shelf. Although there are the good oils that we do need in our body because it lubricates our joints. But I don't think we need to overdo it or use it every day. We don't deep fry. Just stay away from the fried stuff, but I think there are some healthy, but it depends on your health. If you have heart disease, then you stay away from that very.
Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you all so much for coming. We have an opportunity this coming September 21st, which is a Saturday, here at this very location, to speak about this cooking class. And if any of you feel impressed to share an experience that you had today,
and speak about it, please let us know. And on the 21st of September, we can plug you in and have you talk about your experience, about maybe something you learned or something you liked or didn't like even, that's fine. And this feedback is good for us because we're learning as we go too. So thank you so much. Does anybody else have a question? Yes.
Can I join you guys for dinner?
Yeah, of course you can join us for dinner anytime. Yeah, we have plenty of leftovers if you guys do want some. I will display the ingredients again here for you. You can come and talk to us at the front here. And make sure to come to our next cooking class, October 13th. The flyer tells you all the details. And I'm just curious, how many of you came from, are here today because you were invited from the Del Mar Fair? Very nice. What's your name? Claudia. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. And how about the Lantern Festival? Anybody from the Lantern Festival? Okay, so one guy in the back. All right. Okay, so we were going to make a special announcement. Well, we had a friend who had a birthday today, and he's actually spending his last day here with us. His name is Josue Hernandez. I don't think he's here right now. He's probably in another room. But we wanted to sing him happy birthday. But since he's not here, are there any August birthday celebrants? Nobody. Oh, one guy in the back. Okay, well, what's your name and what day is your birthday?
My name is Michael, and my birthday was on the 12th.
Was on the 12th? Well, happy belated birthday, Michael. Can we sing you happy birthday before we all take off? Okay, on the count of 3. Those who are singers, sing loud. All right, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Michael, for that. And happy birthday. Thank you for coming with your family. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at helptohim@gmail.com and visit us on Facebook at Help to Him. And 2 is the number 2, so helptohim@gmail.com, and also on Facebook, Help to Him. And there you'll also receive health tips for healthy living. At the front, when you registered and signed your name, you had an option to check yes or no for personal health coaching. Earl and I, we go to people's homes, and we actually have an 8-week program where once a week we will go over this book with you for 8 weeks. It's about maybe an hour long, depends how long you want us at your house before you kick us out. And the book is great. It has 8 chapters about your health. First, we're going to do a baseline, taking your BMI, your weight, your waist, and we're going to do the very basics. And then we talk about exercise. We talk about carbohydrates, your intake of fruits, vegetables, fibers. I don't know where that came from. Okay, and then at the end of 8 weeks, we see your pre and post results. And we've done this already, and we've had many different people. Last year when we worked with some people who had some health problems. So if you're one of those people who want to get better, or even maintain your health, let us know if you do want personal health coaching, and make sure you check that box next to your name. Anything else? All right. So thank you so much for coming.